are not ill-intentioned at all.
Oh, I agree with you. And they're not the target. They're not worried about the guy who come across the border to work the fields and, you know, send some money home to Mexico and eventually get his family here and live the American dream. No, that guy's, they would like him to do it the right way, but that's not their target.
We were in North Dakota last weekend, and there was 4 guys across the street from the Airbnb we stayed in, and they were all the way in North Dakota building a house. And I
Mhm.
guarantee they didn't have one document between them, but they were working their ass off. So.
You know, I will tell you, like,
Stacy's still not working, huh?
I mean,
With you?
He didn't listen, did he?
Yep.
I've met plenty of people growing up that were undocumented, that were great people, and you know, I'm like, you're the type of people that should be in this country, whatever. But I also am like, both of my grandfathers were from Europe. One was from Ireland and one was from Italy, and they both migrated illegally to America, to New York, for the sole purpose of getting caught and joining the United States Army, so they could go fight the Nazis and be citizens. So I like when people tell me like, oh, you know, you have to have sympathy. No, I don't. My grandmother was a migrant worker, and my grandfather from Italy, after the war, moved to Arizona for some reason, went to Mexico for something and met her, and did the whole thing right legally, migrated, married her, whatever. My other grandfather went back to Ireland and brought his wife and his family over. So like when people tell me, you know, they should be allowed to stay. No, they're, you know, like, no, because like there's so many people that are waiting to do it the right way, and you're jumping the line, you know.
My wife's family, they came through Ellis Island.
Mhm.
They took the oath of citizenship.
Yeah.
And they sold everything they could and just gathered up as much money as they could.
Mm-hmm.
And they got back on a clipper and went all the way around Cape Horn.
Mhm.
They went to San Francisco to help with the gold fields and all that. And they grew wheat. My family, we left Germany in 1875 to come to Nebraska to homestead. And then, but my grandmother's side, they left. They went to basically the Ukraine because they were homesteading there at the same time. And they went to, you know, basically Russia.
Yeah.
And then when the Tsars and all that bullshit just blew up,
The Bolsheviks
and whatnot, my grandmother was actually born on a freighter on the way from Russia to Ellis Island. But they had a health thing, and my grandmother's maiden name was Gradwell. Half of them didn't pass. Like, but
And
they used to have the
and they
Tyson Store.
Hey, Joe.
Christensen.
Nice to meet you.
Abe McCann over here.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And they were put on the freighter, and we have no idea what happened to them.
It's crazy. It was wild back in the day.
First name again?
Mike.
Mike, where are you from?
Chicago originally, but
Chicago.
I've been here for 26 years.
Okay.
Yeah, just about half my life at this point. You guys from here?
Yep.
Oh,
Right
wow.
down the block.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So there's all kinds of radio stations that do their shows in here, huh?
From what I understand, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's only one Don McDowell.
There's only one Bass Daddy, bro.
There's only one.
Let's see, we're gonna ditch this.
But okay, I have a question. You gotta put your Chicago hat back on. Why in the world did Chicago turn down the World Cup? They were in the
Did they really?
Yeah, they turned it down.
Oh, yeah.
That was I've had so much fun watching all this stuff.
Yeah.
The World Cup and all these shenanigans and all those Scots in Boston have been hilarious.
My favorite are the Brits running through Austin eating barbecue and
Yeah.
apologizing, saying how they were misinformed about our country.
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
Have you seen this guy Freddie that's traveling across the country?
Uh-huh.
And he goes, he was amazed with Chick-fil-A, brisket, all of them just love brisket.
Yeah, somebody was like taking out ranch dressing or something, or was
He
that?
was trying to take it home.
Yeah.
Well, the TSA put a post to tell the Scots, you can't put that you know, you can't put it in your luggage. It's gonna
Yeah, the Scots went crazy in Boston. They drank the town dry.
drink it right.
Yeah, I don't know, to answer your question, it's probably the same reason they can't keep the Chicago Bears there. You know,
That's crazy to me.
It
Where,
is
where,
crazy.
where are they
I mean,
moving to?
I don't know yet. I mean, it's
They-
either Arlington Heights or Indiana.
Yeah,
one of the
no,
two.
it's Indiana somewhere. I
Really?
forgot, I forgot the name of it, but yeah, no, they.
It sounds like it's going that direction.
Dude, that's the Bears, dude.
I know.
That's Soldiers Field, right?
Yeah.
Not even, well, they're not moving the stadium, obviously.
No, I know, but Soldiers Field is where they play.
That's a historic place, dude.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
like Fenway Park.
Yeah.
It's like Wrigley.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Fenway's a dump. I liked it though. I went there.
Yeah, I've been there once.
I like the way Boston set up because I stayed down in the north end where like Little Italy is, where it's like closer to where the Celtics play. It's a real nice area. But the way the train is set up, you can just get on the train, go to the stadium, watch the game, get back on the train, and you're back in the north end, like just like that. That's set up pretty good right there.
Yeah.
I'm a Dodger fan, so I went to see the Sox play the Giants and just heckled the Giants the whole time. That's great. One of the guys like, man, the guy said next to me was a Boston guy, and he was like,
You can have a seat right there.
Like, really
Did
like
she
the
tell you that?
Sox.
Or?
No.
Um, yeah, we can
The Dodgers
we can
are,
switch you here.
you can
And
have this
do
one.
that. Here's the volume. You can turn it up or
Right.
down.
One of my oldest buddies I went to college with.
Have you
His
gone
family's
over
had season
there?
tickets since
Yeah.
So
Dodgers
you know
Stadium
this-
opened,
this
Yeah.
part
and they actually had to set up a
from it
trust
How close?
because they were his grandpa's name.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I guess they can't
Um,
transfer them,
and
so
then
they
if
actually had to
you-
set up a
if you
trust
use this,
to keep these four
like, if we're
tickets.
not a
Oh, wow.
commercial
And they're like
break,
one of like
you really
25
prefer
original.
you
Oh,
can
dude, I bet
keep
those
it
are
on.
worth a lot of
Yeah,
money
so
right now.
And
if you
but they've
have
had
to
the
move
same
it,
seats,
you
same
move it
blah
on
blah
a
blah.
commercial break.
Okay.
But whenever
So is there, like,
whenever they play
like,
here,
certain questions
he
that are
gets-
gonna
he
be asked,
gets-
or how does
I don't know
this-
how
he's
to
got it all
add- yeah,
scripted,
he-
okay.
yep,
I get better
he has
seats
it
when
all.
he comes to
I just
watch.
run the podcast.
I mean, I don't
over
go to a
there.
lot of
Gotcha.
games, but I love
Right.
going to games with him because, well, first of all, when the D-backs play the Dodgers, it's like a home game for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I
Home-
was there this past series. I was there.
Hey, we're
Great.
live and you're like right
Oh.
and I mean if you want to be that's fine but
No, I'm just BSing. I'm just gonna let it.
Live, Tyson. Coming through 100,000 watts through the radio.
I wanna bring her a snowmobile suit.
Hey, it's cold in this place. I mean, you're wearing long
it's
sleeves.
freezing.
I always wore long sleeves.
It's cold in here. It's.
But I freeze everywhere I go.
Okay.
I would keep my classroom at like 78 because
Okay,
you're like, "There's
um,
I was like shed some weight.
Wow.
The other thing that I didn't do is I didn't put Abe's name in. I didn't know where to do that.
Okay.
Oh, so can I be like? Can I pick my own name today then?
I
Yes,
put
what
Mike,
would you like to be
Mike.
today?
I want to be Evan Smoke.
Evan Smoke. Okay.
Smoke.
We can change that for you.
Okay,
He's a
where'd
book-
that name come from?
He's a book character in The Nowhere Man. You should
Are
read
we
it.
on YouTube?
It's a great story.
No, not yet.
It's about
Well,
a kid who
yes, yes, we
plucked
are
out of
on
an
YouTube.
orphan and like
Yes.
trained by the CIA to be like an operative.
We
And then
have
his handler guy, you know, they double
just
cross
have-
his handler when he grows up, and so he just decides he's not going to work for anybody and just goes around randomly helping people. Yeah. It's called The Nowhere Man.
The Nowhere Man.
Yeah. It's really good. There's like 10 of them right now.
So it's a series.
Yeah.
So it's a grown-up version of the Hardy Boys.
Nah, I don't know about the Hardy Boys. Because I mean, like one episode, the cartel had kidnapped some little girl.
Oh.
And like the whole premise is if you dial 1-800-NOWHERE, he'll answer the phone, and then if you need help, and then you tell him what's happening, and then he goes and helps you. But he knows, like, he hacked the CIA and all that stuff and stole all their money, so he was like unlimited resources. He just goes all over the world doing stuff.
The Nowhere Man.
But that's his name, Evan Smoke.
Evan Smoke.
He drives an F-150 because it's the most like
Common
common
trope.
view. Yeah, that's his whole premise. It's like he's not memorable. He's an average looking dude, average height, not particularly handsome.
Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3.
So Mike, how'd you meet Dawn?
Through another veteran, that, we do this fishing tournament every year, and this veteran came out and helped us last year get it going. And I don't know, he does a bunch of tournaments around here, and somehow he knows Don or knows of Don or something. Not really sure exactly. But he made the connection. So is this filmed and on the radio, both?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, I know you probably don't have to be reminded, but
Don't say this one especially. No et ceteras.
Got it.
or she'll come out from the other side of the wall and get really mad.
Okay. We don't need that.
No, we don't need that.
She was hot last time I was here. Jesse said a bad word.
Did he?
Yeah, but it was like a boring. He said, I think he said piss.
Did he really?
Yeah. We had to get reprimanded.
She caught it though, huh?
Mm-hmm. She's on it, dude. She heard me and Jesse in here and Dawn before the show. I was like, oh, I better have the finger on the button.
Yeah.
Oh, there's actually like a cough button, like if you.
Yeah, don't push any buttons, okay?
Okay.
The volume button's really all you need.
Okay.
Need anything, Stace?
No. Are you leaving?
I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Oh, okay.
Sycamore. Okay. And then oh crap. Not the
So what do you guys do, Mike? What's for you?
It's a veteran nonprofit to help, try to help veterans with mental health. Kind of a backdoor approach versus coming right at somebody. We kind of try to take them out to the woods, and do these outdoor adventures. We have mental health retreats as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a facility here? Or
No, we don't. I'm
Are you just local to Arizona?
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm a home builder, so it's
Oh,
kind of,
nice.
I run it out of my same office and
It's a lot of work.
try to keep the overhead low. Yeah, it is. It's a ton of work. It's a lot more than I ever thought it was gonna be. I don't know what I was thinking, but
Well, it usually is if you do it right, right?
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I used to work for, have you ever heard of Home Base?
Yeah, yeah.
So I used to work for them for a while.
Oh, okay. Were they out here in Arizona?
They are now.
Oh,
They've
they
been
are?
out here for a couple of years now.
Okay.
They do like, they do the mental health stuff. They're building a clinic right now. But they still do the thing where for 2 weeks, they'll fly the veterans all the way back to Boston Clinic.
Oh.
And they give them 2 weeks inpatient, it's awesome. But out here they do, Warrior Health and Fitness, so you could sign up if you're a veteran
Oh.
and like your family member. And you go to the Sun Devil Fitness Center downtown on the campus, and they have their own gym in there with a trainer, and you get free personal training.
Really?
And you get access to a nutritionist. And so like you go there, they evaluate you. If you want, like I could connect you with the
That would be
lady who
great.
does the outreach, but the reason I was thinking about it too was they have a thing called Adventure Series. So once a month they do an outdoor or some type of activity, right? So
Oh.
like when I was doing it, we would go hiking, paddleboarding, things like that.
Yeah.
And the lady Dana that does it now, I think she's in the process of planning like her calendar. Before I left, we were supposed to work with the Arizona Trail Society. We were gonna go up north in the summer and work on the Arizona Trail for like 2 days. And we're all get a bunch of vets go up there.
Yeah.
They're gonna bring the tools, and we're gonna do camping, and then like
Oh,
do
that'd
a
be
little
cool.
trail improvement, and then obviously talk about mental health things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah, if you can connect it, that'd be great. Warrior Ultimate Fitness.
Yeah, it's all through. If you just look up Home Base AZ, you can see the links for all their programs on there.
Oh, okay, so this is through Home Base.
Yeah, this is their program.
Oh, okay.
This is part of their programming. Yeah, the Warrior Health and Fitness and Adventure Series. It's all free too. It's like for military and veterans.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. See, there's so many things out there. This is like one of the things that.
Yeah, I've been working in veteran services for probably 15 years now.
Wow.
So right now I'm the state director for Department of Labor Veterans Employment Training Services. So I'm always out in the community. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started a resource page on our website to try to, because there is so many things that, whether they're fun things or things
You know,
we need help
there's a on Facebook. It's called
There's
AZ
this back
Vets.
for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm
I was
on there.
able to
Oh, so you
transfer
know
the file
Tony
to
Riggs,
my
the guy who
email, so I
started it?
already
Yeah.
have the copy
Oh, I
of
can
the
introduce
intro.
him.
But what I'm going to do is
He,
play it
um,
off of the computer. I'll just mute what's already in the system.
He's
Okay.
another
Makes
one.
sense?
There's so
Oh,
many
good. You didn't see
fun
any
things
evidence
to
of the
do,
others?
hang out, go over
I
the
did see the others
programs
on
and
there,
stuff.
but I know that it would be
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
cool.
more
You
difficult
can
to do that
file, like-
if
No,
we're
I
seeing
mean,
a
Hui
commercial
and,
break.
Like the Department of
Conoco.
Veteran Services.
They are
every
on this
year.
flash drive.
Every
They are
month
not in
gives
the
out
No,
system.
they're not on this
$5,000
flash
grants
There
to
was multiple
nonprofits.
other
Really?
commercials on
And
there
then
that had
at
different
November
names on
time,
it.
they
No,
give
they're-
out $100,000
Okay.
grant.
No,
they're-
I have the
Multiple,
coffee
so
command
really?
one in my email,
Last
so
year
I
I
can be
think
doing
they
that
gave
week to week until they
What
get
is
it
it,
added in the
$1
system, but I
million?
don't know
Oh
exactly.
my God.
how long
And the
it
large
takes.
grant, just
Do
that
you know
one
who you
site.
sent those files to?
Alright,
So like,
I'll get after
it's
it.
always there, like I can introduce you to. Like,
Matt, Monday morning.
whatnot.
Okay,
Yeah.
just as long as you know where to send it. That's all that matters.
Alright, thank you.
Have you guys been on the show before?
I have.
You have? Okay.
No
Okay.
curse.
Nice to meet you. My name's Rebecca. I'll be your producer for today.
Okay.
Make sure you are like as close to the microphone. It's
Okay.
better to be too close than too far because I'd rather turn you down than turn you up. It's
Okay.
a lot more difficult. And you guys will hear the commercial breaks in your headphones. Do you have any questions about that? I think it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I don't really know what to totally expect, but
We're gonna have some guests that will be on a phone call with Dawn. You guys are welcome to chime in at any time, talk to Dawn. It's a whole group conversation.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got some topics lined up for you, so you
Okay.
can ask him about that.
Okay, cool.
Cool, awesome.
How are we doing?
I think we're good. I mean, it's
So
recording.
are you a vet yourself then?
It says YouTube
Oh, you are?
Yeah, it
is
was in the army.
live
Oh, okay.
and Facebook is live.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
Super
YouTube.
cool. Yeah, what MOS?
And
12
yeah,
Bravo.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I
good.
was 12 Bravo for a little
we
bit.
just
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have
Fort
a
Leonard
sheer
Wood.
rate camera.
That's where I started, and then ended up getting sent to Fort Stewart and then Iraq and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 12 Bravo was awesome.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I was infantry
let's
for
go.
19 years and
Mm.
combat engineer for like 2. But yeah, we just did a big gala and we had Mike Durant, the Black Hawk
Yeah.
Down pilot.
Yeah.
He came out and spoke
Oh,
and
that's cool.
hung out with
Where
us.
was that at?
It was the Canby at 24th and Camelback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We just did it like 6 weeks ago. He was a great
That
guy.
would've been cool to go.
Yeah.
Wow, so you did full 20, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
National Guard though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where was AZ National Guard?
Yeah, well, all over. Illinois,
Mm.
California, then bounced back here.
I worked
Are you
for
still
the-
guard?
No, I'm retired now.
Okay.
I worked for the Guard for 3 years doing family readiness. I was
Oh,
a
you
family
did?
readiness program coordinator.
okay.
Program manager, yeah. Out at Papago over there, right?
Okay.
Right there.
Do you know Chris Melvin?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was deployed with Chris in
Oh,
Afghanistan.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I never went to Afghanistan. I went to Iraq.
Yeah. I got stuck on the border of Iraq and Afghanistan in 2002.
Hey, Siri, call, Kimo Kalawea.
I'm surprised Siri can understand you, Don.
So is he a vet?
I think so, right? Don was in the Coast Guard? Coast Guard. Yeah.
Okay.
Is he the admiral for Arizona or something?
For what's it called? For Hawaii or something. He's like the Hawaiian Royal Coast Guard, whatever, Grand Poobah.
Yeah, I don't know much about him.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He has a heart of gold.
A hard goal?
A heart of gold.
Oh, heart of gold. That's awesome.
He's just a little crazier than the rest of us, though.
I like it, man.
He's a good dude.
Oh, so
Yeah.
before I forget, my wife wanted me to tell you thank you very much for the honey. She loved it. It didn't last very long.
One more?
Always, yes.
First one's free, the next one you gotta drive down the farm and we'll.
I'll
get-
pay
get-
for it.
get- No, it's not, I'm not gonna ask you for money, you gotta come visit though.
I want to because, so I want to, but also for selfish reasons, cause I wanna scout it out before September, cause I wanna go bird hunting down there. I haven't had a good dove hunt in years, I've been scrounging. Last year I went the day after Thanksgiving to San Carlos, and there was no birds. The year before I went to San Carlos, there was, you know?
We limited out like in 12 minutes last year.
Yeah, you said that last time I saw you, and I'm like, this is, I need to go.
For like the fourth time, you're welcome to come to the farm.
Awesome.
That'd be, but you don't have to bring anything, just yourself, and pick up your empties.
Oh, I do that. I'm religious about that. Like,
You'd be amazed.
my friend was laughing at me. His nickname's Monster, and he's a hunting guide. Native gentleman in the San Carlos Apache Reservation, Army vet. He's a good dude. And we're shooting the whole day, and you know, every time you shoot, I pick up my shells, and then like I just walk, I see more shells, I pick them up, and I have like, you know, my little belt and my dump pouch was so full I had to put it into the bird pouch, and then I was putting the birds in my dump pouch. I had like 4 birds, and I take my belt off, and he's like, I'm pulling the birds out, and he's like, that's it? And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, that belt looks full, because he's walking behind me. And then I showed him what's in it, and he started laughing, because you didn't miss that much, did you? And I go, I think I shot 6 times, dude. I go, this is all the stuff people left out here, you know? And so he took a photo, and then he posted it on Facebook, and he's like, took some amateurs out. He's like, don't worry, the birds are safe today. I was like, you jerk.
It's funny.
We had fun, though. It was nice up there.
San Carlos, huh?
Yeah. It was like, it was during the day, it was nice and warm, you know, mid-60s.
I enjoyed the second hunt.
At night, it was like 15 degrees one night.
I'll pass.
I was fine. I'm an Army sleeping bag.
No.
I sleep outside. I was snug as a bug in a rug. My buddy over there was like, hey, we need to start a fire. Whatever, loser. Yeah, I had fun though, but no birds. No, they must have known I was coming. Saw a ton of like ringtail cats. We went coyote hunting the last day because we just gave up on the birds and saw a few coyotes. Got a really cool cow skull out of the trip.
County Islands, I had to give us our time, but right there off of Saraville and Highway 5,
Mm-hmm.
they still process a little bit of feed there.
Yeah.
And the amount of those ringtail, pigeon cross dove,
Mm-hmm.
you can shoot as many as you want. They're literally, the whole length of the phone wires are just sitting there. It's like shooting skeet.
That sounds fun. And I like the way dove tastes too. You know, so like
It's more livery than me.
But you know what I do is I marinate it, and I marinate it in Italian dressing, nothing crazy, right? Like there's no mom's secret recipe, whatever. Like literally, you know, off the shelf Kroger brand. I marinate it overnight. That's the key. And then I wrap them in bacon, and I sear them, and then move them off a little bit, let them slow cook, and then right at the end I do a hot honey like strawberry glaze, and just coat them up, then put them back on the fire, like over it, and caramelize it, pull them off. You can mask a lot of that. And then, you know, ranch or blue cheese, bro. You're good to go. I made that for my buddy Monster. He was like, "Oh, you go to like chef school?" Nah, bro. This is Buffalo Wild Wings 101.
When I give most of them to Humberto.
Yeah.
They cook them up and most of that of it. But when we were in high school, we'd always have a big, you know, some college we'd have a dove hunt.
Mhm.
What we found is what we marinated in is Mayo Taco Bell sauce.
Oh, I believe it.
We're getting ready to go, boys and girls. We got,
Put your ear pro on.
about 4 minutes.
I'm gonna have to try that mild taco sauce.
Ziploc bag, we didn't know any better. But it's actually really good. We put them in the bag for 24 hours. With the Taco Bell
Yes,
sauce.
wild game, you got at least 24 hours.
And we sear them outside and no bacon, nothing, it was just the Taco Bell sauce. That we would, but, you know, it was free, you know, we were in high school. We did it for years.
Yeah, when I was in the army,
So we got
you
1,
know,
2,
you
3,
know,
4,
your
5,
AR,
6,
your
7, 8,
M16, whatever, we
9,
get
10.
real like carbon buildup if you didn't clean it. And one of my NCOs would take Tapatio or like Taco Bell hot sauce in a cup and he'd fill it, and he would drop his bolt carrier in there and his firing pin and just leave it
Okay, have you got a business card?
at the end.
I can get one out of my
clean
truck.
everything and then
I didn't
put
bring
it
one
in,
up.
pull it out,
okay.
pristine.
Is it the vinegar you think?
I think so, but yeah, it would just eat all the carbon off and it'd
Are
be
you
shiny.
serious?
Yeah.
What's your website?
Tapatio?
Tapatio
freedomforheroes.org.
or Taco Bell hot sauce. You know, if you want to test it, get an old copper penny that's just,
No, I
that's
believe,
just
no,
dirty.
trust me,
Yeah.
I believe you. It's,
Yeah.
I really, top.
Then put a, like in our coveralls, we get greasy, put them in a washing machine with a can of Coke,
Gee.
like regular Coke. That whatever's in the soda, get all the oil out. Yeah.
You can get a car start by dumping a Coke on a battery. It's good at all the corrosion.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna try that.
You know when you see it all light up and positive and negative cable? Just pour soda on there and watch it.
Well, that didn't come up.
The 4 is spelled out FOR. Freedom 4.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, I got it up. Okay.
Found it.
Did JJ get busted in Poland?
I think so, but he's back home now.
Yeah.
He, I wouldn't say he got busted. He had artistic differences with the legal system, and they allowed him to leave.
Okay. Here's the deal. In my world, if you get kicked out of Europe, you just got busted.
Yeah, but it's Europe. I mean, would you really cry about it?
Okay. What
would've
are we
told
gonna
him.
do with that guy?
If it was me, I would have been like, fine, and then I would have told him.
I thought he was going over there to run for president.
That's what I thought too. But maybe I'll have to pick it. Now I know Venezuela might have an opening.
Okay, here we go.
For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ashley Walesa.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's Lux Boxes. Choose the $5, $7, or $9 box. Now with new fajitas free chalupas.
Whoa,
Limited
fajitas.
time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
Don McDowell Outdoor Radio is sponsored by Elevate Design Group. It's time for Don McDowell Outdoors on Fox Sports 910. A show for the avid fisherman and hunter looking for tips from the pros. Now here's your host, a saltwater fisherman and a man that fears no fish. He's the Bass Daddy and a tournament pro, Don McDowell.
Hey, I want to welcome everybody to the show today. Wishing you guys happy Father's Day. It's a big deal. And as my friend Tyson pointed out, it's the longest day of the year. Cool. So I get to stay up later. No. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff going on. We've got special guests in the house. We're meeting him for the first time. Michael Christensen from Freedom for Heroes. We're going to go down through that. This is a organization empowering veterans to heal through epic outdoor adventures, and we do have those, and mental health resources. So he's going to tell us about that. And then our great American Abe McCann is in the house. Your T-shirt says decent American.
Yeah, I'm setting the bar low, minimum standards. I think if we could all just be decent, that would be a pretty good step in the right direction.
Okay.
We can work on great, you know, but at least be decent.
Okay, so that's not to be confused with Somali pirates and none of that stuff.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, Abe's, you've heard him before. He works with Veterans Department of Labor in all sorts of good things for America. Great guy. Glad you're here, and happy Father's Day. How many children do you have?
I've got two, boy and a girl, complete
And,
set.
and Tyson, you guys have three? Stacy's back from, North Dakota. Got a snowmobile suit on today, so that's good. You know, if you think it's cold in here, just, what do you dress in North Dakota? It's freezing back there.
Parka.
Wow. You know, Tyson, we're gonna have to get her a dry scuba suit. It's- mask is optional.
Okay.
You know, anybody that wears a mask voted for Joe Biden, and I know you didn't. So, all right, we got a lot of stuff to go on. We're going to have a saltwater update with Captain Bill at the top of the hour. We'll try to reach him. I believe he is on the horizon, and I'm not sure. I can't tell by looking at the manifesto from HM Landing if the Malahini boat is out. So we're going to ditch Coffee in Command. I just spoke with Captain Kimo. He's on his way to the airport. They've got some kind of a airplane issue, so we'll let him figure that out. And then Big Daddy Don Burns is finishing up his competition in the Department of War wheelchair warrior games. So we'll see how he's doing. He's doing wheelchair basketball. They're doing some racing, and then he's doing swimming. But you know, I tried to get out. I said, "But you only have one leg. How the hell are you going to swim?" He goes, "I bob a lot." That's okay. So he's a good guy. All right, let's get this thing going. Michael, thank you so much for taking time out of your special holiday. Do you have children?
I do not.
Okay. And thank you for your service. What branch were you in?
I did just over 20 years in the Army National Guard.
That's good. Here, there, everywhere?
A little bit all over, yeah. Chicago, California, and here.
Okay. Did you ever bump into Major Chun, who is now Colonel Chun?
The name sounds familiar.
Okay. Yeah, I did some private liaison between private sector and the good... Then he was a major, and then some of the work with 285th, and we have one of our Temple brothers just recently retired, CW5, Andy Smeltzer. If you knew Andy over in helicopters, and then Andy Gettle over there, he keeps them in the air, and yeah, I talked to Smeltzer. You know, he's kind of going through withdrawals. You know, he was a combat pilot instructor for 30 years, and now they've got him on a simulator, being an instructor, and he says like, I just can't get this damn thing started. So, anyway, tell us about your organization, how long you've been in business, how'd you get started, what are you doing, who are you helping, and what's the outcome?
Yeah, so I'm actually a custom home builder, and during the course of owning my company, I was deployed 2 different times. The first time I basically sat on the border of Iraq and Kuwait, not a very exciting deployment, and basically watched the invasion go in. The second time, about 5 years later, I went to Afghanistan. I was deployed with the 158th Infantry out of Phoenix.
Who was in charge of the 158 at that time?
That was it was Colonel Gonzalez at the time.
Okay.
You know, and so I deployed with them. That was kind of an interesting conversation. I was actually in the inactive reserve at that point. I was thinking about getting out. I had like 13 years in, and they called me out, called me up, I should say, and I found myself literally, you know, mobbing 45 days after a voicemail that I had received. So yeah, so I had to really put my custom home building company aside, and you know, we deployed for a year in country. It was about a 16-month total deployment with pre-mob and post-mob and that type of thing.
Nice.
But yeah, I was an infantry officer, and it was a great deployment for me. You know, I got to lead men in combat, which is something that, you know, as we know, most people don't get to do. And create that band of brothers relationship that even I didn't really fully understand even from my first deployment. But being in a combat zone, leading man combat's a totally different deal.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah. So that was 07, and I came back in 08, and it was interesting. People always ask me like how I reintegrated and got back into my civilian life and things like that. But for me, I had just a massive amount of purpose, to come back to. I had to put I was building multi-million-dollar custom homes, and I put it all aside and had, the employees in my company had to finish building those homes, and then once those were done, we had to shut the company down for about 6 months because
Wow.
I was not around. I was the guy who did all the sales and ran the company. So that was a challenge to come back to. So it was a huge purpose for me to come back to. And my point to that is a lot of people come back and they don't know how to reintegrate back into whether it's it's the civilian world if you're a guardsman. Or coming back to active duty, even where you come out of a combat zone, it's a totally different situation.
Go ahead.
And so, anyways, fast forward about 10, 12 years down the road, and people I served with started committing suicide. You hear about the first one, and it seemed like every 6 months or a year somebody else was taking their life, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I mean, we came back in 2008, and here we are, pushing 2020, and some devastating losses. And so I got to the point where it was the 5th person that I had served with had taken their life, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I've got to do something. Like, is there something that I can do to give back to the veteran community? And fortunately for me, running my own business, running a custom home building company, building luxury homes, I've got access to a lot of people that have pretty deep pockets.
Sure.
And so I was thinking to myself, like, how can I influence somebody's life and give back, knowing that I've been pretty successful at doing what I'm doing, and I'm connected to so many good people. And so I decided to start Freedom for Heroes. And
Let me ask you this. What's the suicide rate for active military versus discharged?
I'm not sure what the rate is, and I think there's some things there's not some true facts out there. I mean, they say that there's 22 service members a day that take their life. I think it's actually a lot more than that. I think when it's linked to when drugs or alcohol get involved and they end up taking their life, I've heard that there's statistics that don't show that it's related to PTSD.
Well, that's one thing, the government accounting, the liar, pants on fires. We learned that in COVID.
Yes.
You died of COVID, and no, actually Abe stubbed his toe and it killed him.
Right.
Okay, it's like, come on. Yeah, whatever it is, it's a big number. These stats are talking about roughly 22 deaths per 1,000 members. You start you're wrapping your head around that, and at the end of the day, that's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Girls.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really sad statistic that that we're a part of.
Well, we've got to flip into a break, and I want to get Abe's opinion. He's right in the middle of that as well. What for the guys that want to click on your website and play along? What is it?
It's freedomforheroes.org, and the 4 is spelled out.
Okay, that's good. All right, we're going to flip into a break here at Fox Sports 910. I'm Don McDowell with
Abe McCann.
and
Mike Christensen.
thanks for coming down, both of you guys. Happy Father's Day. We'll be right back after a short break.
Mountains of Montana to the shores of Hawaii. This ain't your grandma's coffee talk. It's 406 Coffee and Chaos.
Yeah, I was looking at that yesterday, trying to figure it out, because at one point it was like 22 a day, and dropped to 10. Then they said, well, it's only 1. Like, come on.
Yeah. I don't think it's kind of like COVID. I don't think we know the true reality of how many are taking their life, because I think the thing is that post-traumatic stress is like it's the cause. But
Rebecca, ditch that coffee and chaos.
Yeah.
They were supposed to pull that.
The regular commercial?
Well, coffee and chaos was replaced by coffee and command.
again, they're not labeled in the system.
All right.
Click rollshuttersystemsusa.com or call 623-869-7057.
It's time to join the Howl Pack. In 2025, Howl for Wildlife campaigns will inspire advocacy, influence decision makers, and build resistance to the
Where's you located, on the west side or?
No, we're up in North Scottsdale, off of like Pinnacle Peak and Scottsdale Road.
Oh yeah, you're north.
nationwide, and we invite you to join the Howl Pack. Howl for Wildlife is committed to winning. Visit howlforwildlife.org.
How many people do you guys have in your company
join
right
the
now?
pack.
What's that?
How many people you got in your company?
My home building company? There's tons.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Even like, so when you start building houses,
Yeah, we subcontract everything else. Yeah, yeah. We're not physical.
How's your Spanish?
Taquito.
it's impressive.
Not real good.
Joining the ACGA or advertising the weekly newsletter, Heard That. ACGA 602-267-1129.
Arizona Catalog, the official magazine of the Arizona Cattle Growers Association, monthly publication provides essential updates on issues impacting the ranching industry in our great state. The Arizona Catalog.
Do you have a specialty that you build, or do you?
It's mostly like high-end luxury. We're building, $3 to $5 million homes. We do extensive home remodels too, but
That was my next question.
yeah, it's mostly, unless it's a relationship thing with like an interior designer or something, we won't take on small projects. We're just not geared.
I saw before COVID it was like $600 to $700 a square foot in Paradise Valley. Now it's $2,000, $2,200 a square foot.
Yeah,
Is that about right?
we're building them for about $1,000 a foot. If we're building in there. But most of the stuff we're building is $600 to $700 a foot in North Scottsdale. Yeah.
But that's just that's not the land, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's just a build cost. And the remodel side, it's people have to move out of their house. It's got to be that expensive of a remodel.
Now is it I'm trying to be nosy here. Do you get to 15-20% margin on that?
Our margins, our net company profit margin is about 11%.
Beats farming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a good run. We've had some challenges over. We're going into our 25th year this fall, so lived through that whole mess back in 07, 08.
How much is your time spent defusing the customer because they're so? The bigger the rebuild, is it more of a almost the coddling you have to do with them?
Yeah, I think for the types of clients we have, they're looking for one company or one person to solve the problem. They don't want to go hire all the individual, whether it's architect, engineers, GC.
So you get 7 phone calls a day?
I don't. I have project managers that field all those. But
Understood.
Finally, I graduated from that piece.
Didn't mean to pry.
Oh no, you're good. But it is a huge educational process, whether it's remodel or new build, for sure.
By Boyd's Gun Stocks, makers of the adjustable agility and at-one stock for your favorite long gun. Head to boydsgunstocks.com for more details. Build with Boyd's. Show us your rack. How big is that? Loose or new?
Here. Bless you.
Probably just cursing. It's gonna get like a lung infection now.
Boom, we're back. According to the Department of War, in its annual report on suicide in the military for the calendar year of 2024, and this was put out on March 31st of 26, across the total force, 471 members died by suicide in 2024, which is less than 2023, which is 531 service members, and I'm assuming that this is active. And then they go on to say, some other stats, this is decreased, till you get down to the National Guard, and that rate increased by approximately 13%. So this is a big deal. It's a big problem. Abe, let me ask you this. Doing what you do with the veteran community and the Department of Labor, what are you seeing? What's the biggest cause of?
So I think, that's a pretty complex question. One of the things I would note about the data is that it doesn't exactly quantify PTSD, you know, as a suicide, like as a, I don't know, like the motive for it or whatever, and then you also lose some integrity in the data because certain like accidents, you know, I say in quotation marks, alcohol-related death, things like that, that aren't traditional forms of suicide, maybe don't get quantified in that, but they are a direct result of PTSD and other mental health issues caused by your service. In my experience, you know, the Department of Labor focuses on that transition piece because that's where a lot of the pressure and anxiety comes from. You've been doing service for years and years, you're used to living a certain way, you transition into the civilian world, you're not prepared for the change in the culture, the change in the daily life. You may not have a job, you don't know how to translate your military skills into the civilian world. You start drinking, you have a hard time paying your bills, and it just compounds and compounds. And so the overall campaign to prevent veteran suicide and improve mental health through the Department of Labor is, let's help you get gainfully employed. Let's help you find a way to find another purpose other than what you were doing, find a way to provide for your family, translate those skills, and hopefully avoid a lot of that pressure and some of those issues that are a result of that transition. I know Mike kind of alluded to it a little bit when he was telling us his background earlier. You know, that transition piece is pretty difficult.
Yes, it is. So, Mike, how do you combat this? What is special about your program?
That's a great question. I think, you know, there's so many people out there that need help for a lot of different reasons. And, you know, one of the things that I thought of as I was, you know, trying to develop this organization was, how do I maybe not come directly at a service member? And because the first thing that most service members are going to do, especially the combat arms people, is they're going to put their hands up and be like, look, leave me alone, I'm good.
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah, I got this. Exactly. And so,
gee, but does that sound familiar?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially with men, I think women are open to help more often than men are. But you know, so I thought about, okay, how am I gonna deal with this? Like, what if I come up with some like backdoor approach to this whole thing? And I'm a huge outdoors person. I'm a huge fisherman. I'm backpacker, hiker.
Did you get a deer tag?
What's that?
Did you get a deer tag?
No, I'm actually not a hunter.
Oh, okay. All right.
Big in the fishing world, but
we still have things to talk about then.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just thought, like, instead of coming directly at a service member and saying, "No, you were deployed, and is there anything I can do to help you?" Or you might have some mental health issues. There's something we can do. I thought, well, why don't we start with doing these outdoor adventures, because I think we would attract a lot more people initially.
Sure.
Instead of pushing them away. And so what I decided to do is that, you know, let's do these outdoor adventures like up in the higher country, you know, Payson, Sedona, Flagstaff, and let's try to get 15 to 20 people to come out to these events. And while we're doing that, we'll go out and we'll get, I call some of nature's pharmacy. You know, we'll get out in the woods. We'll do some hiking. We've done rappelling at every single one of our events, and then we kind of sprinkle in the mental health aspect of things. We've got a great veteran chef that does all of our cooking, so that's a great piece of it as well. And
God, I love MREs. Yeah.
Yeah, no MREs. We're talking like really good food. Like we were eating tri-tip and ribs out in the woods. And,
oh, come on, man.
No Ranger pudding?
What's that?
No Ranger pudding?
No Ranger pudding, no. No jalapeno cheese on the crackers.
That's good eating.
Yeah. But yeah, we find that that approach worked initially. So the proof of concept was really fast. And the challenge, though, when we first put this out, was trying to attract the actual veterans and get them out there, because for whatever reason, it's just getting the word out. And I think, you know, getting into the community, which I appreciate you having me on your show here, because that does bring awareness and it does get the word out.
Yeah, we have a lot of vets listening, and doing what I do, I interact with a whole bunch of them through various organizations and what have you.
Yeah, and we all speak that same language, the same acronyms. That's how we're relatable to each other, and that piece of it is really important in you know, community. I know I say it all the time. You know, community cures suicide. I really believe that.
Yeah.
And so we've evolved over time, and so what I started understanding was that there's these veteran transition houses here in the Valley, and I'm sure in every state, you know, things like US Vets, the Manna House. And so I started sort of quote unquote marketing them. I would go down there, I would tell them what we were doing. And you know, a lot of those veterans, I mean, 2 weeks before that, they could have been out on the street addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we went in and we found immediate success with those service members wanting to sign up immediately because they're struggling really, really bad to begin with. And they go into these transition houses in hopes of you know, coming out with a job and getting an apartment and clothes and what have
Yeah,
you,
of course.
maybe a service dog. And so I decided, okay, let's do this. Let's go rent a 15-passenger van, and we go to these different locations, whether it's US Vets or Manna House, and we pick them up. We provide all the camping gear, because this is more of a primitive type thing when we're out doing our outdoor adventures. We're not putting them up in a hotel or something like that. We're literally taking them to a campsite up north and providing everything for them.
That's one thing I can say about the National Guard. They're experts at camping.
Oh boy, we are. And so that's kind of how it started, and then it became a lot for myself to manage. I'm trying to run a regular business, and at the same time I'm trying to scale this and grow this. And how do I do
It is time consuming.
It is.
And then the other thing that people don't understand is the interaction that you have with those individual veterans doesn't stop when you turn the van off.
That's right.
And you take them back home.
Yeah.
You know, it's ongoing. It's 24/7.
It is. Yeah, and it's interesting. And to back up a little bit, when I was building these homes, and I was still in the Guard at the time. This was probably back in 2012, 13 timeframe. My battalion commander at the time had approached me and said, "Hey, do you want to build some houses for some wounded veterans?" And I was like, "Absolutely. How do I, where do I sign up, so to speak?" Because I was transitioning out of the Guard, and even though I was in the Guard for 20 years, it was a huge piece of my life. Like, how was I going to transition out? And so I got introduced to Jared Allen, who runs his own nonprofit called Jared Allen's Homes for Wounded Warriors. And his organization's a little bit different than some of the other ones, where they would provide a home. Here's the keys. All you got to do is pay the taxes and your electric bill, so to speak. And so that was part of my transition as well. So we built 6 houses here in the Valley for severely wounded veterans. The first veteran that we built a house for was missing 2 legs and an arm. So I mean, it was a great thing to be a part of, and so that is part of my transition. It was very good. But then that kind of dried up, and that's sort of when these suicides started coming into my life, and when I started Freedom for Heroes. And then as things started to scale, I was like, I got to figure out how to scale this myself in terms of, I need help. How am I going to do this? So we've got a board of directors, but they've got a wife too, and they've got a job, and so coincidentally I ran into these 2 gentlemen up in a resort in Sedona. Started having a conversation. One thing leads to another. There's one of these guys, they run their own outdoor adventure company, and they're dealing with PTSD on the firefighter side. So these 2 gentlemen help me facilitate these events now, and it's really been a game changer for me personally, just in terms of my time.
Well, that's the thing. We've got in my circle, we've got first responders. I have PD and fire department in my immediate family, and there's issues. They don't think there's issues, but there's issues. So we kind of have to dance around it, and I'm not so good at dancing anymore. I'm like lock, load, and pull the string. Cut the crap, man. We got a problem here. So anyway, what do you have to say? You agree with Manor House and these other folks?
Well, I mean, Manor House and US Vets are great organizations. The Manor House, or rather US Vets, is part of the Homeless Veteran Reintegration Program that's funded by the Department of Labor. And so their whole idea is to get veterans back into the workforce. Many of them do have mental health issues, so kudos to you for working with them. They're all throughout the country, and they've got a good track record. Locally, you also have like the YMCA here that does the same program.
Don't say that, I'll start singing.
Well, Uncle Donnie loves him some YMCA.
Okay, everybody sing, Okay, don't get me started on YMCA. We've got to flip into a break more with Mike and Abe when we come back and see what we can do to help both these guys. I'm Don McDowell.
I'm Abe.
Mike Christensen.
We'll be right back here on Fox Sports 910.
Yes, we're trying to find other.
Yeah, we had down at Arizona Deer Association. We had a firefighter. He's still there. He's president now. After Jim and I resigned, and he was a handful, but he was one of those that would admit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And then we got Stewart out at Buckeye. He's the fire chief. And then my daughter married Glendale PD. Great guy, love him to death. I mean, just awesome guy. And then he's got a brother that is retired. In fact, all three of them are retired. Jeremy took a .40 caliber in the throat on duty and lived.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he went back to work. He's fine. He's got some issues. And then Jamie was running the SWAT team. He was senior sniper.
Okay.
And he doesn't have a nervous system that works at all. I mean, he's a typical sniper.
Yeah.
You know, he's got hollow death eyes. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, anyway, they're all good guys, and I hope he has to stay really busy.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to talk about anything. So, no, we don't push it. But anyway, all good guys. I don't know what Jamie's going to do. Be my guess. There's more issues for him. And then Jeremy's just happy to be alive.
Yeah.
Jeremy's coming in. He's got all the transcripts and the audio of the 911 police calls when he got shot. You know, got an officer down, and sit and listen to it. I spent 12 weeks at the Glendale PD Academy, and that was one of the training sessions. Is we've got an officer down, and they hit the go button, and they went through the whole thing clear to going into ER. I mean, it was like, oh man, unbelievable. And he's sitting up there all fat, dumb, and happy. Tears streaming down his face. Like, oh, that was really cool. I don't remember anything. But
Dude, that's heavy.
anyway, it's just wild.
Yeah, the last.
Where do you guys want to take this?
I would love to be able to talk about the fishing tournament we have coming up in the fall, right before Veterans Day, because for a multitude of reasons, obviously to attract the veterans, we need boat captains. We need.
How many boats do you need?
Last year we had, I think, 35 veterans. We're putting 2 on a boat if we could. I think this year is going to be twice as big, to be honest.
I'm going to give you. I'll send you Matt Shura's name.
Okay, I know Matt. I mean, I know of him. I don't know.
Matt will be a big catalyst.
Okay.
And then, like I said before, we can get the Coast Guard out there just for.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That'd be great.
We did one with the VFW post, and we had I think either 56 or 61 veterans, and we used the big Coast Guard boat for start boat, national anthem, and just safety purposes.
Yeah, we've got, I know somebody that runs a marina up at Bartlett Lake, and we got this whole private area that we can have, and we did it last year.
Yeah, that little cove there between there and the,
Yeah.
Just watch snakes.
Yeah.
Watch for snakes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that whole Bartlett Lake area,
I've
it's
seen
one of the
some across the
snakiest
water.
places I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, and even if we can get donations for somebody wants to donate a fishing rod or lures or something for prizes for the event.
Yeah.
Today at 4 p.m. Eastern. Don McDowell Outdoors on Fox Sports 910 and always on our free iHeartRadio app. Here's the Bass Daddy and Tournament Pro, Don McDowell.
Okay, we're going to go fishing with Mike and Abe. Mike, during the break we were talking about your fishing tournament, fishing derby, whatever you want to call it. Set the table. What are you doing? When is it? What are you expecting? What can we do to help?
Yeah, so this year will be our fourth event doing these fishing tournaments right around Veterans Day. And last year we did it at Bartlett Lake, and we're going to do that again this year. I'm expecting or hoping to get about 50 veterans to show up. It is a November 6th and 7th. The 7th is actually the tournament. It's all day. Friday night is we're going to do our typical campfire chat with the veterans. And
Okay, so Friday's your registration.
Actually, Saturday morning will be the registration.
Okay, so Friday night you have a social hour.
Yep, people can spend the night out there. We've got like a floating flotilla raft thing, and the veterans can and anybody can show up before that. And if people want to help cook and things like that, they're more than welcome. Saturday will be the tournament. And
I'll tell you what, I'm hell on beans and weenies.
No, this is a little bit better food than that, but
come on, fishermen get hot dogs. Universally, I'm serious. You look at local tournaments, you look at the big league Bassmaster Classic. These guys are fishing for millions and millions of dollars and endorsements and da-da-da. They come off the water. What do they have? Hot dogs. I mean, come on.
Bad.
I mean, if it wasn't for anglers, Oscar Mayer would be broke.
That's right.
But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Friday night they can come out, and one of the things that's been really successful is these campfire chats and our outdoor adventure weekends. And we'll offer that as well, because we always want to have some level of mental health, even on this event, which happens to be just kind of the big fun event of the year for us. And then Saturday will be the tournament. We'll have registration at 06 in the morning. We need boat captains. We need some volunteers if there's sponsorships that people are willing to do or donate a fishing rod or two or some lures or things like that for the prizes for the vets.
Yeah.
And then after it's all at the end of the day, we'll do a tournament wrap up. We'll issue them all the prizes, and then we'll have a big dinner at the end of the day as well.
What do you do for weigh-in?
So this year's a little bit different. We're trying to get one of those tournament trailers that has all the weigh-ins, so it kind of looks professional and we can get really good
I'm going to give you a name and a number.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. Because in the past we were just kind of tracking it on the boats, and the boat captain was weighing him and things like that.
Yeah, well, we have to be cognizant of fish care.
Right. Exactly.
Proper fish care is, there's a lot of guys doing tournaments, and some guys do it really well. Other guys need to be prosecuted for mistreating fish. Fish abuse.
Exactly. No, that's a really important stewardship to the fishing community.
Well, it's not a renewable resource, but anyway, not to get started on that.
Yeah, and we're not going to limit it to just bass fishing. We have the crappie tournament anglers that are out there as well. So, and we also have a little bit of fun. We'll do biggest junk fish and different things like that. So if there's some people aren't all bass fishermen, right? And so if we can get both captains
if they're not bass fishermen, I would invite them. I'm just saying. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're good. But yeah, so we want to just offer a little bit to everybody. And there's people that, quite honestly, they come out and they don't even know how to hold a fishing pole. And so
I know those guys. No, put your hand down.
we have it. We're offering something to everybody. Sometimes we've got a husband and wife that have showed up to our events, and again, we've got to tell them where to cast, how to hold the rod, and what to do when the fish takes the line.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's where the boat captains come in to help with that, and really.
I'll tell you what, I'm especially very proud of our bass angling community. They, normally step to the plate and donate their time, equipment, resources, and what we've tried to do in the past is give them a gas card.
Yeah.
To offset, because you look at the average bass fisherman today, he's got a minimum of $100,000 investment rolling and floating
easily,
and that's not even getting into the $15,000 or $20,000 for the electronics, the forward-facing radar, sonar.
Yeah.
14 or 15 rods and reels that are $500 a piece, and
oh yeah,
there's $3,000 worth of tackle you're not ever gonna use.
Yeah.
Stuffed in the rod locker, so it's a big deal.
Yeah, and Ryan Sturgeon is the one who introduced us, and he's helped quite a bit. He came on last fall and helped us with that tournament, and just trying to make all these connections for us so that we can get sponsorships, so we can get things donated. That's a huge piece to making this a success, and just giving them a fun day on the water. It just goes so far. They're very thankful at the end of the day to be able to have an opportunity just to get out on a boat.
One thing I'm going to suggest, in all, with your permission, I'll see what I can do. One of the things that makes a big difference, we have found, at the end of the tournament, at the beginning of the tournament, I like to hand them a rod and reel. This is yours. Use it, abuse it, take it home with you, and when we're done with this, you want to go fishing again, call us.
Yeah.
Because that gives him that gives him something to take home that he can touch, taste, and feel. And you get down on the dumps, you either go to therapy or you go fishing.
That's right.
Yeah,
Fishing is therapy.
Fishing's cheaper.
Right. Yeah, and that's where those donations come into play, and we're reaching out to Bass Pro Shops and things like that to try to see how they can help as well.
Wow. Okay, and this is November 6th, 7th?
Yeah, 6th and 7th.
Okay. You want to help me with this?
Absolutely. I will,
I think, this is something I can get behind.
Yeah, I personally volunteer, but also willing to help you make some professional connections in the community. There's a lot of other NGOs out there that I think would be interested in partnering with you.
I'll tell you what, I've got a Coast Guard meeting next week. I'm not going to be there. Never mind. The Coast Guard meeting's Thursday evening for Flotilla 10-11. But, maybe the following month you can come and talk to the members.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of runway, so we've got, some planning we can do and get a lot of people involved. That's why I'm hoping to basically double what we did last year, and give them an even better experience. And Freedom for Heroes is, yes, this is a very fun event, and we do have this mental health piece of it on Friday night, but trying to work, get these veterans and track them throughout the year is really important to our organization in terms of their health long term. It's not just come out and have a good time. It's not come out to an outdoor adventure.
After the major fishing event, what happens? How do you follow up? How do they follow up with you, and vice versa?
What we're finding is that a lot of them will follow us on social media. We have a WhatsApp chat that we're trying to get as many people engaged as possible, so that they've got a community that they can reach out to. And what we're finding is that somebody who would come to our event 2 or 3 years ago now are volunteering, and they're coming back and they're helping us with fundraising events. Like we did a big car show fundraiser. We just did our gala a couple months ago. So those veterans are getting involved in our organization, which is, again, healing for them. It's healing for me. And community cures suicide. It's not just something to come out to one of these events. And next month we have our first very intentional, very structured mental health retreat, where we've got therapists that one is currently working for the VA. We have an equine therapy piece to that too, so we're looking for men and women, and we're trying to have it split 50-50, 5 or 6 men, 5 or 6 women as part of that as well. So this is a long-term thing, and another thing that we're trying to do is we're actually getting a organization involved in extensive blood work, where they're doing like 50 biomarkers, and we're going to track them from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. We're trying to find an organization to help us with that as well.
Interesting. Okay. Wow, that sounds pretty exciting. Well, that's good follow-up. I know this is a loaded question. What do you think your success rate is?
That's a good metric that we're trying to understand better. I think, last year we helped over 110 veterans, and we're looking to double that this year.
Okay.
Some we don't hear back from again, and some a year later. I just heard back from a gentleman that had attended a retreat almost a year ago, an outdoor adventure that we did, and he sent us a very nice message regarding how it changed his life, how it kick-started him to get his butt off the couch, as he put it, and get his life back on track. And again, that success is, we're seeing it with the veterans coming back and helping and volunteering at our events as well. So the tracking of it's a little bit difficult.
Do you get any assistance from the guard?
We do not.
Have you asked?
Not directly.
Why?
I've reached out to a lot of service members that I've served with in terms of asking for help and getting the word spread to veterans that may be struggling.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah, but I'm talking about financial help. They've got the funds. I know they do. I've seen it. They've got the resources. We've had events where we've had all kinds of military equipment out there, hanging out. I don't know if that'd be a benefit or not. But.
Yeah, no, I think if there's a contact out there that somebody may have, I'm definitely open to it. We would love to do maybe a future fundraiser or something down at Papago if that's possible. Obviously there's security issues and things like that.
Oh yeah,
to overcome,
yeah,
but,
right, yeah. In the world we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. And one of the problems that I know we have is the new generation that they don't have a clue. What goes on. They don't know who the founding fathers were. They think sausage comes from Jimmy Dean. I mean, it's like, come on. Anyway, we got to flip into a break, and then we've got one more segment to close out the first hour, and then we're going to do some fun stuff. I'm Don McDowell with my friends.
Hey,
Mike Christensen.
Very cool. We'll be right back here on Fox Sports 910, and happy Father's Day.
If you're new in the valley and want to fish or don't know where or how to, contact the Goodyear Bass Club, sanctioned by BA.
you're gonna see in October and November, there's going to be a lot of veteran stand-downs.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with stand-downs?
I've heard of them. I've never been to them.
Yeah, so they're basically like a resource fair for veterans, right? If you look on the website, Arizona Stand Down Alliance, you see a whole calendar.
Okay.
So they coordinate them all.
You know the name Jason Fritz?
Yeah, I do. Why do I know that name? Is he a hunter?
We're live. We'll talk post airtime. Yeah. He was one of the, he just texted me.
Oh.
Yeah, he was one of those that you're helping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he came to one of our events?
I don't know. I mean, he's one of those type of guys.
Okay.
And he was later. I don't want this to go out on the air.
But those stand downs, they're free. They won't charge you to put up a booth.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
What can we do for Tom?
Depending on
Tom's doing well. He went to a rehab center. He's going to be there probably
300 people.
Yeah.
at least a month, maybe more. He's on the walk.
Is his eyesight going to come back?
Schools or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a time thing.
Yeah,
He's definitely lost the vision in one eye right now.
Is it totally gone?
Well,
Do you know a guy named
it just
Ro
depends.
Gonzalez?
We'll see. But he's not in the hospital.
Get connected with him for some
But he's had like
No? Okay.
yes, he had one, but it shows signs that he's had as many as 6.
In the community road.
Jeez.
If you want to
And his blood pressure has been really high, like
then you
it
go
was like
to
190,
But
197
you
over.
can't give Rose something that he's not going to help.
I don't know, his
He
daughter
runs
told
his
me,
own
but it's
nonprofit
crazy.
called Valors or whatever.
I'm just concerned
And
because he lives in his
presents
fifth
really
wheel,
well.
and
He
he's really
knows
nice fifth wheel. I mean, it's a
everybody.
huge
I
mobile
give him
home,
that,
but
he also has
I don't know if he'll be able to climb in and out of it. And,
Everybody just said he was well connected.
Has he got any paralysis on one side or the other?
If you go to his Coffee Connect,
they said no, but he's having to
you
use a
go there,
walker
and
for his
depending on where
balance.
it
He's
is,
having some balance
you may
issues.
see 60 other organizations.
So I don't
and a bunch of
know.
events,
I'm
and
gonna go
you
try to see him on
basically go there to
Tuesday.
talk about what you
Where is he?
network.
He's
Other times you go and it'd be
off
like
of Litchfield and McDowell.
because they're inconsistent. But for what you're doing, I mean,
what they
that would be a
said. That
safe
doesn't sound
venture,
right.
but
Can we go see him?
on the guy.
Oh yeah.
I personally learned the hard way.
But he's.
Well, you know what else
but he's at
interesting too
a
is the city of Tempe has a veteran
a
services
rehab center
coordinator.
there,
Yeah, rehab.
And
like a
his name's
nursing home
Mike
type thing.
He's just case management.
I don't know
all
exactly.
kinds
They're
of stuff,
supposed to text me
but
the
he
address.
also
They haven't sent it to me.
sheriff
But yeah, we
for
can go
the
see
city
him.
of Tempe's
If you had time
Chamber
to
of
stop
Commerce
by, that would be
Affairs.
amazing.
Affairs
Because
Yeah. Well, I've got those medical procedures next week.
Okay.
you know,
I'm going to be down
what are they doing?
for the
Tuesday,
HRP
Wednesday,
program we have,
Thursday.
And vets.
Oh, they're doing some cancer screening and a
Scottsdale.
colonoscopy.
US
And
vets YMCA.
All kinds of mean
and
stuff.
USF has a chapter. In
Yeah.
I just heard
I mean,
that, yeah.
You wouldn't do it to a cow, but they're doing it to me, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay.
So they all do the same thing, they all have similar clients.
Oh.
There's a really good nonprofit in
But
Mesa
no,
called
he's-
Veterans 5 to 9.
He's on the
It's a
road to
small one,
recovery.
but they process all of the
I think it's gonna be very
all
hard
of
for him
the
not to be able to do
Department of
everything that
Veteran
he's done.
Services, the state, all their people
And he's
are
not-
all asking for social
he's a good
services or
patient,
whatever.
but I guess he's
Marcus,
being
the guy who runs 5 to 9,
a little-
he processes all of them.
Okay.
Not
And he has
cantankerous,
money to
but
pay for,
He
like,
doesn't wanna be there.
food, housing,
Yeah.
transportation.
Can I take him in the
state
sausages, or?
bills, everything to work.
Yeah.
But I
He's
think,
also very well connected.
I think probably not, because that's part
Yeah, I
of
mean,
it. I
I've met
think
some
it was
really
his
good
You think
diet.
that was
people.
part of the problem?
There's a guy,
Yeah.
Gary Shell that I met, he runs a home of record projects. And,
Yeah, I can't imagine there's a whole bunch of good stuff from fetus sausages.
Gary looks really good on paper,
No,
Oh,
really good.
we don't know what it is.
We don't want it
I only work with
Yeah.
people who
It's like eating a Circle K hot dog and you go,
everybody in the space, and I
no.
know who's legit, who's not.
okay.
I would starve.
I'm not saying Gary's not legit, I'm just saying he looks a lot better in person or on the paper than in person.
Okay.
But Gary's another one who had, who's gone out and advocated for mental health and shared his mental health story and things like that. And,
Yeah,
you know, that Home of Record project, he's doing it, he's doing the work, it's just, on paper, it looks like it's a lot more along than it really is.
Okie dokie, we're back. If you just joined us, we have Mike from Freedom for Heroes, and then we have a hero of our own over here. They both are. Abe is working with the veterans through the Department of Labor and other VA resources, and thank you so much for doing that. Besides your fishing tournament, and thank you for doing that, what other types of events do you get into?
Yeah, so we're, besides the outdoor adventures, which we are doing 3 of those a year, we have the mental health retreat next month on July 24th through the 26th. We just started doing a monthly meetup tomorrow night at Lake Pleasant Brewing House. We are trying to just get together with veterans, just have a conversation, trying to get the word out in the community, and we'll do this, West Valley, East Valley. We'll try to go to different locations. We do multiple fundraisers through the year. We just did our gala where Mike Durant, the Black Hawk Down pilot, came out and spoke.
Yeah.
We do a car show fundraiser. The fishing tournament every year, and that's basically it right now.
Do you
just
get into, excuse me, shooting sports, hunting, that kind of thing?
Usually we're referring them to other organizations, because we're not, it's just, right now it's just enough to try to keep everything we're wanting to do moving. We're trying to get donations for all that stuff.
Yeah. Years past, we've had to revamp the protocol on handing a veteran with issues a firearm.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
can see that, yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but there's nothing like time in the woods.
That's right, yeah.
You know,
It's that nature's
Time on the
pharmacy.
water, time on the woods. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just truly all good. Did you get put in for fall hunting permits?
I did not. I'm a slacker. I am going bird hunting though. I got this buddy of mine, Tyson, that owns a farm. Apparently it's like a honey hole, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, but we can't talk about that on the air.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just posted the coordinates. My bad.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get a hunting permit. I need to do that.
I didn't get drawn for deer, so I'm gonna take that up with Commissioner.
What are our, since we're on the topic, what are like our over-the-counter options for us slackers who wait till the last minute?
Slim to none.
Oh, okay. There's no nuisance
You know,
species we can go hunt
I mean,
instead or something?
It's the same chance, slim to none, during the regular draw process.
Right.
And then if you want to get a leftover, well, good luck on that. Because all the slackers are going, I want to be first, pick me, pick me.
I guess we'll just have to go coyote hunting again.
Yeah, what Tyson doesn't know, and don't tell him if you see him, I'm going to go down and put great big signs up, no hunting, keep out.
That's a good idea.
Just, right there on the road.
I'm an old combat engineer. I can run some pickets. We could do some triple strand, maybe some barbed wire.
There you go. What do you think, Tyson?
I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, are you doing any dove hunting?
No, not myself. No, I'm not into the hunting scene, but
Okay. I
all
get it.
fishing.
I get it.
Diehard fisherman.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dove hunting is always a fun thing to do, you know, and at the end of the day there's hot dogs.
It doesn't sound too appealing, but one other thing I should mention too is every event is 100% free for the veteran. There's absolutely no charge. So.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about the rappelling.
Yeah, that's something that when I found these two gentlemen up at this resort in Sedona that helped facilitate, the firefighter guy is a search and rescue guy, so he's just a wizard with the ropes, and
Oh yeah.
he's the one that suggested it originally. And every single time we've done our outdoor adventure, we've found a place to do this rappelling, and it is like,
Gee, what could go wrong?
yeah, right. There's we actually have to get separate insurance policies when we take the veterans out for those types of events. But anyways, they have a ton of fun doing it. We had a 68-year-old woman who rappelled off of, whatever it was, 12, 15-foot rock wall, and she was scared to death. And we got her up there, we got her all tied in, and she did her first bound and swung around and slammed into the rock, and then just jumped right back off and bounded all the way to the bottom, pulled herself off the ropes, and she was running around high-fiving people. It was just the coolest thing to see.
That story ended a lot better than I thought it was. I was like, bro, you're supposed to be promoting this.
I know, right? Not selling it real well in the beginning, but they always ask us about it. Are we going to do rappelling? So.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How many people do you normally have at your outdoor events besides not talking about the fishing, but the other stuff?
Yeah, we try to cap it at about 20 people maximum, because we still want to keep it relatively intimate. We do a lot of mindfulness stuff out there on the rocks, and some people may scoff at it at the beginning, but we're doing things like breathing exercises, and sometimes we're doing yoga and stretching, and we have a lot of
Yeah, you see that in Sedona. I had a place up there, and I'm more than familiar with. I see these veterans out there going on the vortex.
Yeah, and there's a lot of journal exercises that we do with them, just trying to get them to think. And that's a big piece of what we're doing.
Yeah, you got to get them out of their box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just let them be heard and listen to their stories, because everyone's got a different thing they're struggling with. So it's really important to just let them be heard.
It's got a common denominator, but it's all different.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, a lot of the ones we get to come out are coming from these transition houses, and it's just crazy that the amount of people that were homeless weeks before we got to them, and then of course they're getting put up in these organizations which are doing great things as well.
Yeah. Do you have a total count of the veterans you're involved with?
Last year it was 110 veterans that we helped.
110.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you said that. Okay. All right. Can you stay with us for the second hour?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, we got a lot of stuff to do. We're going to do a little saltwater fishing, some fly fishing. We need to hook you up with Chris Rich.
Okay.
Fly fishing is the best therapy on the planet. It's like amusement fishing. Okay, yeah. And then James Guggenauer, masquerading as used to be a pretty good rod builder, but he took a seat as a game and fish commissioner. And then we'll see where it goes. We're going to flip into a break here, get this first hour shut down, come back with the second hour. I'm Don McDowell, Fox Sports 910.
Outdoor Radio has been sponsored by
Yo. What do you think?
He's cool.
You think his rank was captain?
We're probably.
Yeah, it's like a captain.
Vibes. When he dropped that, I got to leave him in. I almost threw up. Whoa! That reeked of major or colonel.
Contact us at southwestranchsupply.com or 623-221-7665
I was in the oldest, most senior, most celebrated, greatest fighting force in the history of man, that one. The Department of War consists of the Army and its little brothers. I'll stand by that.
And what did you get to blow up?
Mostly roadside bombs, a couple bridges.
Did you wear
like that big suit? Oh, that's suit. No, that's not real. That's not a real thing. That's not a real thing. The EOD guys don't even wear that. We had one and we put it on one time, like at the beginning of the deployment. And we put it back in the box, and then we said, put it in the back of the storage container and don't open it. Okay, because it's a nightmare to wear, and it's super expensive, and you're not gonna use it.
You can't work in it, can you?
No, well, you can, but I mean, not when you're on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. Okay, well, imagine like, cause we did, so Baghdad looks like Phoenix. Let's say if I was in downtown Phoenix and there was a bomb and they wanted me to go look at the bomb and remove it. You think I'll be able to walk down the street with that thing on, with snipers everywhere and everybody looking at you and actually be operational? And if you blow up, all it's gonna do is keep you inside the suit. Yeah, you're not gonna live. It's gonna be like, oh look, he's conveniently in a giant wrapper. You know?
What if Tim call those? They're not coveralls, but they're sentinels. Our daughter is a mortician. And whenever she gets leaky people, she has to put them in like the special suits. So that's kind of what it is already.
You know, that's funny because when I was getting ready to re-enlist, I wanted to re-enlist to be a linguist. I scored real high on like the linguistic test or whatever. And the recruiter guy, the retention NCO, was pushing me so hard to go into more mortician service. Because he was like, you don't want to stay in engineering. I was like, no, you know, I got a family, whatever. I'm really trying not to get shot at and all that kind of stuff. He's all, you know, our mortician services, they got a big bonus right now. And I was like, I want to do linguist. And he's like, every 5 minutes, he's like, are you sure you want to do more? He's like, you seem like you'd be good at it. I was like, what does that mean? You've known me for
If you don't get him, you can leave a message.
It means that you have compassion for people.
That job to me is.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America, sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals locally and globally. More at bankofamerica.com/gamechangers. That's bankofamerica.com/gamechangers.
Don McDowell Outdoor Radio is sponsored by Southwest Ranch Supply.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
It's time for Don McDowell Outdoors on Fox Sports 910. A show for the avid fisherman and hunter looking for tips from the pros. Now here's your host, a saltwater fisherman and the man that fears no fish. He's the bass daddy and a tournament pro, Don
No
McDowell.
Captain Bill. All righty, we're back. If you just joined us, we have Abe McCann here working with the veterans on the Department of Labor side and other VA resources. Thank you for doing that. And then we have Mike Christian. I need to ask you, what was your rank when you were discharged?
I retired as a major.
Really?
I called it.
You picked it.
Yeah, when you were out, I said, he's got some major vibes.
Oh, that's awesome.
I started as a listener.
Okay, good deal. We've been trying to reach Captain Bill on the Malahini and or the Horizon. He's unavailable. We can't make communications contact. But yesterday, the dock totals were not too bad. Today the report has been pretty good. The Excalibur is on a 3.5 day. I don't know what day they're reporting in. I don't know which day of the 3.5. Anyway, they've got 16 anglers, a whole bunch of bottom fish. I'll spare you that. 8 bluefins decided to chew, 52 yellowtail, and 1 yellowfin. Okay, why is that important? Because the yellowfin show up, we start getting a little monsoon. We haven't had yellowfin. We have not had monsoon, and you know, I will definitely get a hold of Captain Bill so we have an update on exactly where they are, because they were holding about 140 to 160 miles, which is down coast from Punta Colonet. So Old Glory, formerly the Cherokee Geisha, great boat, day and a half, had 29 anglers. They did have 16 bluefin 2 yellowtail, 25 bonito, and some bottom fish. And the premier goes out and fishes around the point. You know, they've been having 53 and 54. They do a morning trip, Mike, and then an afternoon twilight trip. And they go out and drag worms around the kelp forest. They had 140 rockfish, 3 sheephead, 2 sculpin, a lingcod, which is always good table fare. And then the afternoon trip, a bunch of rockfish and a sheephead. Grande was out around Coronado Islands for a full day. They had 38 folks. 30 yellowtail, love yellowtail, 10 calico bass, some rockfish, whitefish, and another lingcod. So the fish are there, they're chewing. You know, it's time to start booking your trips, because another couple of weeks it's going to be hard to get a ride out there, and you can do that at Malahini Sport Fishing for a day trip, or multi-day on the Horizon. You know, you can go for a day and a half to 2.5. I think July 26th they got a 4-day, which is good. Have you had any saltwater experience?
A little bit. I went out to San Diego with some friends, so it's probably been like 10 years now. On a charter boat. It wasn't the best experience. We didn't catch a whole lot of fish. We had, you know, dreams of catching all this tuna and things
Yeah,
like
of
that.
course.
Didn't quite work out. More rockfish and things like
Yeah.
that.
What do you remember the name of the boat?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's called fishing, and one of the things fishing with Captain Bill, you will get off that boat, whether you catch a fish or not, and you go, man, I had a great time. This was a blast. I'm going to do it again. And you know, generations are changing. In Bill's old school, you'd get a kick out of him. He's former USMC sniper. Great guy, but you'd never know it. You know, his nervous system works pretty good. So he runs a good operation. It's all about catering to the customer, the angler, making sure that you have every opportunity to put a fish on board. There's some other captains over there, and I'm not going to name names, but when they come out of the wheelhouse, somebody's getting dressed down. And you know, there's grumpy old school, and they think jumping up and down, screaming and hollering, and stomping their peg leg on the deck's the way to do it. Well, it's not. But Captain Bill comes out, he's going to hook and hand to the, you know, he'll catch a fish, say, who hadn't caught a fish? Mike, here, take this. He didn't want anything to do with it. Just do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's serving.
So it's really good. And the food on both vessels is just, the Malahini boat is pretty special. You'll get a kick out of this. August 1945, came out as PT 671. Didn't see any battle in the Pacific. It went right straight to Russia on the loaner program, and then it came back and tried to be a yacht. That didn't work out. It went to fish. That didn't work out the first time. Went to research. That didn't work out. So it was converted back to fish, and it's been at H&M Landing since 1962. And it's got a kind of a round bottom on it. I affectionately call it the choke and puke. And because I mean, if you're prone to seasickness,
yeah, I'll stay away from that.
yeah. You know, you need to get the shot from the doctor. Forget about the patches. But you know, it's all good. Now the Horizon boat, they're both 80 footers. I think the Horizon's, it's either 24 or 25 feet wide. Malahini's only 20, I believe. But there's plenty of room. But the Horizon's the upscale version. There's staterooms, there's all berthing, couple of heads, water maker. I mean, it's great. And it's just good. I don't even care if I catch fish. You know, I like to drive the boat, but Captain Bill goes, no, you have to sit on my. It's kind of like Tyson. He won't let me drive the bulldozer. He wants me to sit on Tom's lap. I said, I'm not doing that. No. So, I understand you have a new bulldozer driver.
For the week.
She is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
How do we go from beauty pageant to bulldozer? I mean, can somebody help me out with that?
She's just well-rounded.
Boy, these cowgirls are tough. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to my world. You know, I saw something the other day that kind of made a lot of sense. It said, beware of horsewomen.
That's my wife.
They control a 2,000 pound animal with their thighs. It's witchcraft. So, I'm just saying. So, okay, well, how about you? Saltwater fishing?
Never been.
Never been. About time to go.
I am deathly afraid of it.
You know, we got to do it. We swore we were going to do it last year, but I'll be damned, we're going to do it this year because, you know, what Tyson doesn't know is since I didn't get a deer tag, you know, I may go out and shoot one of his cows because I get in less trouble shooting a cow than I do poaching a deer. I mean, yeah, I mean you got to weigh the options.
That's right.
Okay, less trouble, more meat, less meat, a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's a bold
Yeah,
strategy.
I don't know if I can outrun Tyson, but anyway, yeah, it's just nuts out there. But anyway, the fishing opportunities right now are really good. The weather is doing some strange things. The warm water currents are coming in, and that's where we're seeing the yellowfin pop in, and you know they'll be chewing. They'll be there in mass. You know, it's nothing to catch 25 to 30 per stick, per angler when they get here. And the bluefin that we're talking about, they've disappeared for 2 weeks. I'd like to know where the Excalibur was. They've obviously gone pretty far. There was boats out on the 9 and the Tanner Banks looking for these guys, but they weren't. Fish just weren't chewing. I mean, sometimes they just won't bite. And then other times you get out there and you can see them, you know, boiling on the surface, and they just stay just far enough where you can't get a bait to them. It's just absolutely insane. It'll make you crazy. And that's those situations you need to know how to cast. And bait casters, and you get guys that haven't been out there before, and you put a bait caster in their hand, and they're standing there doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So you take that away from them, you get it out there, hand them this, and just retrieve it. And it's pretty interesting. The last few years, the bluefin have decided to eat at nighttime, which they've always been doing, but the anglers figured it out that they catch more in the middle of the night than they do during the day. Now, what the catalyst is there, I'm not sure. But obviously it's special techniques. I mean, stuff you have to learn. It's not special. It's just, you know, you do the same thing you do in the daytime, but you do it in the nighttime and change up your gear and stuff like that. There's opportunities over there with Captainville. We've done a lot of stuff with the Malahini boat, and you know, finances are a big deal. If you can get somebody to, you know, sponsor a trip, get these guys out on the saltwater for a day, it's nothing like it. You know, I mean, fishing Bartlett, yeah, that's great. Fishing the Lake Pacific, that's a whole nother can of worms, so to speak. And I don't know, you know, yesterday, NASCAR is running road courses on Coronado Naval Base. It's 57,000 acres. They've got 33 active personnel on the base, between the base commander, and he had a nice dissertation yesterday. And NASCAR took them 2 years to put these races together this weekend. And it's a 3.4 mile road course. There's 19 turns. And if you get a chance to watch it today, it'll be on Amazon Prime. It was on CW7 yesterday, along with the trucks. But that's some of the best racing I've. I'm a dyed-in-the-wool NASCAR fan, and I'm upset with NASCAR, and we'll get into that later. But well done. And it was especially, I had a 42-foot Grand Banks over there on the island. In fact, I could see my old berth on the television, but they've got the USS Carl Vinson sitting there. Of course, they've got people on the boat, civilians, and all these guys. It looks like some kind of a club. They got these white uniforms and these little funny hats, and they're having a great time. Oh, you gotta love the Navy, but the best thing about knowing naval personnel is being the dry cleaner. I mean, who puts a sailor in a white suit? Come on, think about that. That's why you guys get camels.
That's right. Don't have to worry about spaghetti dinner.
Anyway, that might be something to look at. I'm gonna start texting you information. I'm getting messages from people that want you to have their contact information, that want to be of assistance to you. Mike Hoffarth is one. Knights of Columbus do a lot with the veteran community, and he said make sure I give you his phone number and email, which I will. We'll be in touch with Ron Stalling at TTI Blakemore. You might look at that website, TTI Blakemore. They are one of the largest crappie lure companies on the planet. They have line, and they're real. Alabama's a strange place. I mean, they're big into crappie, and he's crappie master and all that. But anyway, there may be some resource there. I know there is for hooks and stuff like that, and I got a bunch of hooks I'll donate. So when we come back, we're going to get a hold of Chris Rich and talk about AZ fly fishing and see what he can do for Freedom for Heroes. I'm Don McDowell. We'll be right back. Take it.
The mountains of Montana to the coast of Hawaii. This ain't your grandma's.
You need coffee?
It's 406 Coffee and Chaos.
Still?
I got a whole cup from the Waffle House. And Aloha meets the wild western soul. We are slinging truth, gear, and attitude served with a side of mayhem. Grab a cup, brace yourself, and let the madness begin. 406 Coffee and Chaos brewed with Aloha.
Waffle House
seasoned
coffee's underrated.
served up straight from the big sky. 406 Coffee and Chaos.com or on Facebook
I think
at
it's
406
$2.
Coffee and Chaos.
Kind of partial to the
Here is a
one on
great
the
way to
counter at
help
home.
Arizona's wildlife
Oh, that's always the
conservation
best.
That's the
Put
best.
an
But,
AC
you know,
wildlife conservation
sometimes
license plate on your car,
you get up a little
truck,
bit
or
late for the
RV
Don
and
McDowell
show the
show,
world you care.
and you don't
When
get
you
a chance
do,
to start
you are
the box.
contributing
He's
to the
got-
AZ
you gotta
Wildlife
stop.
Conservation Fund, which manages grants for habitat improvements and hunter
That's a
danger
bit.
recruitment.
Whatever
Simply go
Don
online
makes
to
smells pretty good.
servicearizona.com
I've had it
and
before
select
when we
the
went
AZ
up to
Wildlife
where
Conservation
we go?
plate
Wildfire?
for your
We went to
license plate
Wildfire
renewal.
Nation one time.
Show the world you care.
He has coffee.
Vegas?
No, it's north of Kings. Beach Springs area. I always thought the Wallapai Nation sounds super Australian. I always want to be like, where are you at? I was out there at the Wallapai.
Oh, what a boy.
It does, doesn't it?
It's just old Native American. I think they missed out on an
Okay,
opportunity, Brandon.
before the break, this goes back to Bandy Brothers and this a bit. Please forgive me for asking a movie question about Arnold, okay? But did you ever get to play with a Bangalore or one of those things where they...
Dude, that's like my job.
Those things just look so cool.
We
That just looks
were like, that's the, seriously, man. You know, like, we knew how to use a regular Bangalore. We knew how to make improvised Bangalores. That was like our running joke. Well, how are we gonna take care of this? You got any Bangalores? Dead course? Bangalores? We're good. No, they're fun.
I mean, does the movie does justice? Can you really end up making a trench? Okay,
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
I mean, primarily they're used for like breaching charges. So if like the enemy has a bunch of wire and you want to get through it, you slide the Bangalore under, and, you know, whatever. Or if there's a minefield, you can set it the right way so that it blows out and blows the mines up. But they're pretty multi-purpose. And then they screw them together, like so you can have like a 6 foot, 12 foot. Oh yeah, put it on the door. Done that before. Like we had extra ones, and we were putting it on the door. And the first time I was like, "What are you doing?" And I go, "We're just getting rid of this." And he's like, "Why are you putting it on the door?" I go, "We're gonna breach." He's like, "You don't use that. That's like overkill, right?" And he's like,
So you were in R&D. So you were in research and development.
goes on motto, P for plenty.
We make house calls.
We have to do like demo calculations, how to make a hole, how much to use to blow on a wall, whatever, or a bridge embankment, you know, whatever. And the thing was, do the math and then multiply by P, and P was for plenty. So you do the math, you figure out what it takes, and then you just add a bunch more. So there's no doubt.
No doubt.
And so that day when they put the Bangalore on the door, we were multiplying by P.
Multiply by P. I can remember that.
We did that at on a building in Baghdad at the airport where we were training the Iraqi infantry on how to breach. And so it was toward the end of the day, and we put that on there in the little building, the whole thing collapsed. We got in a lot of trouble. It wasn't structurally sound.
Yeah.
We had already blown like 4 holes in it, just doing wall breaching, you know?
I don't think a lot of that has rebar in it.
No.
I don't
Their building standards.
Adjustable agility and at-once stock for your favorite long gun. Head to Boyd'sGunstocks.com for more details. Filled with Boyd's.
They look like a brick. They feel like a brick, but they're hollow.
It's called Adobe.
No, it's the Adobe stronger.
There's nothing better than having your rack on the wall
Yeah, no, it's,
and shown
we got in
around the
trouble that day.
outdoor world. Head to huntingfishing.com.
For some reason, I could see we might have gotten in trouble once or twice.
I got out though with a good conduct medal.
Okay, this is where the adventure begins at AZ Fly Shop. Chris Rich, what's happening? Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, but don't forget Mom. You know, I mean, Father's Day. Ashley's a good day to celebrate with your mother, but just me. Well, what do you first of all? What do you hear about Cuba this week? Anything good? Okay. Yeah, well, they've had a couple of cargo ships pulling food in there, but you know that only lasts so long. And Abe and I've been talking. In fact, I need to ask him: did you get our paperwork submitted to go to Cuba and open up that convenience store?
Yeah, it's been Bulldog stamped. We're good to go.
Okay. Yeah, the new store is ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and then there's going to be a fly shop next door.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your prognosis in northern Arizona? We've got the Rock Fire up on the northern border. We've got the Pocket Fire in Yavapai County, Sycamore over in Gila County, and then we've got 7 other smaller fires going on around the state. The biggest one is West Fork, which is 6.8 acres. We had get ready to get set for the Griffin Ranch over on the Sycamore side. That's north of Globe. We had the stock trailers and everything hooked up just in case, but Mother Nature was kind. They had a little bit of wind blowing towards the ranch in the morning, but then it turned around and got into some gale force stuff and blew it up the mountain. So hopefully everybody's, Charlie Johnson's place is in good shape. Pete Neto on a rafter P. Anyway, all the ranches are safe. I don't know the one up by Sedona. I don't know what that's doing, but it needs to be cleaned out anyway. Yeah. what are you seeing on the northern Arizona lakes, White Mountains, the streams, the smaller lakes? What lakes are we going to lose? No. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain and a lot of lightning, which is the bulk of the catalyst to get these wildfires going. I want to introduce you to Mike Christensen, Freedom for Heroes. He's got a foundation helping these guys make a transition back into civilian life and other things. Is there something that you can offer to be of assistance from Mike? He's doing a Bartlett tournament. He's doing all kinds of stuff outside. So, what do you see yourself doing? Well, since we have this wonderful fishery wandering through Phoenix Metro, the canals and stuff, that seems to me like, if we were to educate some of these veterans on the nuances of fishing the canals and a 30 and 40 pound grass carp, wow. Well, that urban that urban group, that's a whole sub society that we have. Okay. All right. I'm going to shoot you his contact information and vice versa. And Yeah, 10-4. What do you think, Mike?
That sounds like a great idea. I love the idea of chasing some carp in these canals. That sounds like a heck of a lot of fun on a fly rod.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Oh wow. Yeah, but you know what? The thing that he didn't tell you, he was using body parts for bait the first 6 years. Mm-mm. No, I know those boys down there. No. All right, we got to get out of here. I'm going to wish you the best of the rest of the weekend and happy Father's Day. Appreciate all you do for us and all you do for the community. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate it. Mahalo nui loa. Okay. All right, when we come back, we're going to get a hold of Commissioner Guggenauer and see what he's been up to. I have some questions on the Mountain Lion Initiative and why I did not get picked for a deer tag, nor a turkey tag. Let's see what he has to say. And Abe didn't either.
Yeah, but I didn't apply, so.
Okay, all right, we'll be right back. There is an over-the-counter opportunity to have Elena down there.
Okay.
In 39.
Where's 39 at?
My house.
Oh, when is it?
Year round.
Let's do it. I just zeroed my.
Yeah, it's always good to go down and hunt them when it's 118 degrees at Hilo Bend.
They don't expect it.
Well, they're near the water. It makes it easier, seriously. The guy got 2 last night.
Yeah.
The electrician.
Really? Oh, that's
cool. Oh, cool.
The biggest sow I ever killed was in Georgia, and it was right next to a pond.
Really?
Yeah, we were going to do a luau before we deployed, and so me and Sergeant Ruby went out there, and he thought, don't worry, this is super easy. We just backed the truck in the wood line and covered up with a camel net, sat there till the morning, and then Sal came down to drink, and that was it.
Ruby Coppa?
Just Ruby, Sergeant Ruby. That's it. Ruby.
Oh, okay.
Sam.
I'll get all this stuff sent out this afternoon.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was. Did I watch those videos on YouTube with the canal fishermen? They catch some cool stuff out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep hooks and baits in my truck, and every once in a while I'll see guys or, have some extra time, just pull over the canal and talk to them. And it's interesting to see why they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get nosy. I just, hey, how you doing? And, yeah, I'm good. Catching anything? No. And the one guy that, I won't ever forget him. He was real serious. He had like 3 rods out there.
Yeah.
And I said, what are you fishing for? He said, my supper. I said, really?
Man.
He goes, yeah, I don't catch fish. I don't eat tonight.
That's not a good
And he was all over it.
I don't know if I
Like ate baits and hooks and so. Yeah, and some of them are just hanging out, lacking nothing else to do. And then there's 43rd Avenue and just south of Greenway. Where was that?
Mm-hmm.
That's 59th Avenue. 51st. There's a guy that has these 2 young boys out there teaching them how to fish, and it's just father and son time. Well, we don't have a boat, so we can kind of hang out here, and the one kid's not doing anything but fishing. The other one's kind of dabbling at it, throwing a frisbee to the dog, and I mean it was
Yeah.
Fun stuff. So interesting. Some of those grass carp, oh my God. I mean, they are a battle.
Yeah.
I've not caught one in the canal, but we've caught them up at Canyon in Saguaro, in and around the dam, and boy, they're a fight.
Oh yeah, I caught it was only like 18 pounds. I caught him on a tube jig up at Lake Powell, and that thing took me 15 minutes to get him in. I didn't know what I had hooked at first, but at first I thought it was a catfish, but on a tube jig of all things. Strong fish. Really strong.
Yeah. Well, there was a guy that used to work for Game and Fish, and we were doing a project over on Roosevelt Lake, and he was making dinner for everybody, and he had this big basket of these round things. I thought they were, like hush puppies.
Mm-hmm.
And so what are these? He goes, just taste it. Tell me what you think. And I had more than my fill. They were just outstanding. They were carp balls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like deep fried hush puppy type.
Yeah, that was about the size, about that big, about the size of a hush puppy. But God, they were really good. All righty, we're back visiting with the master rod builder from downtown Payson, where the weather is always nice. James, what is happening? Happy Father's Day to you, sir. Yeah, but we have to blame that on Mother. I mean, nothing on Mom, but you know how it goes. All right, what's going down in Payson? How's your weather looking up there? No, you need to be at Waffle House by 10 o'clock. That's it. Over. Yes. Okay, I promised I wouldn't tell, so I won't name the colors, but they rhyme with chartreuse on chartreuse and chartreuse. The skirt, the head, the blades. So I'm just saying. It's what I heard. Well, I did report earlier there is one yellowfin on the dock count. So if that's if my theory is correct and the yellowfin are moving up trough, we may be getting some rain here. So. Yes. Uh-oh. So does that mean the personnel took all the fish home with them? I mean, what about the fish? I care about the people, but I mean the fish. What do they do? Yeah, good move. Yeah, I think without exception, all 10 of these fires were started by lightning strikes, from what I understand. So anyway, that doesn't preclude paying attention to chain protocol on your trailer. And watched a guy the other day driving not that I'm picking on Ford drivers, but it happened to be an F-350. Pulled it over in 2 foot high grass, and I went over and tried to have a conversation with him about the temperature of his catalytic converter. He was conducive to having a conversation, and he moved his truck. So, it's a damn good way to start a fire, because the catalytic converter is somewhere between 1800 and 15 or 800 and 1500 degrees, and it will start a fire. So it's a good way to lose your truck. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I want to get into NASCAR, but I have one question. Once again, I've been denied a deer tag and been denied a turkey tag. Who do I need to call? We need an investigation. I'm sorry. I'm calling for uh, a subcommittee meeting. Okay. Did you happen to see any of the Craftsman truck or the O'Reilly race yesterday on Coronado Naval Base? Yeah, yeah. Well, today we've got SVG on the pole. As much as I don't like it, Carson Hocevar in that 77 Chevrolet is going to be a nuisance. Ryan Blaney, same way. And then I'm kind of thinking, McDowell's down there. He's in number 9, but he's a good road racer. I mean, you go from 2 minutes 14 seconds down to 2 minutes 15 seconds. I mean, the times are pretty close. So, but I look to see SVG, unless he has some stupid pit strategy, because their fuel windows somewhere 16, 18 laps. In the they've got to do a fuel stop inside the stages, so it's going to be interesting to see. Well, it's going to be a shootout. So, anyway, we're going to wish you the best the rest of the weekend. Thank you for all you do for the state of Arizona and the constituency and the participation here. How long have you been on the show? 25 years? 20 years? Yeah, Kevin. Yeah. All right. Well, God love you, man. My regards to everybody in downtown Payson. We got to flip into a break here and get this thing cleaned up and get out of here. I'm Don McDowell with
Mike Christensen.
Abe.
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 The great American. Oh, decent American.
No, I'm a great American. I'm just telling everybody else to be decent.
Okay. Okay, I get the
Set the bar-
message.
set the bar low.
All right, we'll get out of here on Fox Sports 910. Come back and clean it up.
I like that you just grilled him straight up. Where's my tag? I like that.
He's the nicest man. Have you met him?
Not in person, but
He's very nice.
I fished Lake Pleasant yesterday. That was good. My two friends, I work for myself, obviously. Those guys can't get out during the week. Every time we go out on the weekend, it is so crazy out there.
I imagine, right? It's practically an urban lake now because there's so much growth out there.
Yeah, there's so much boat traffic, and you just.
I haven't been to Lake Pleasant in 20 years.
Yeah.
I didn't like it back then.
Yeah.
Gulf 1, Bravo, Whiskey 6. You're coming in 5x5 over.
Excellent. How's your morning going, sir?
So far, so good. We got 15 more minutes, and then I'll give you a call on the landline over.
Roger that.
Bravo, Whiskey 6, clear. Wheelchair games. I wasn't able to get a hold of Burns, see how he's doing. I'll watch some of that online, and boy, those guys are aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, whoa.
Who puts that together?
Huh?
Who puts that together?
DOD, Department of War.
Oh.
This one, anyway.
Next events and dialogue from our president, executive director, board members, 5 to 5 for you. Regular features include cattle growers reports, cattle comments, activities for kids, and animal health. The Arizona Catalog Monthly Magazine is created by ranchers for ranchers. Get your subscription today at azcattlegrowers.org or call 602-267-1129 and then ask how you can join the Arizona Cattle Growers Association. What's on your plate?
You've got to try the new TikTok diet. Just ask Chat. I just take blue-green algae.
Or you could trust your gut. When it comes to your health, how do you know what's right for you? That's where Biome comes in. Biome is a simple, at-home gut health test that analyzes your real-time biology to give you personalized nutrition guidance and custom supplements. Not trends, your biology. Learn more at biome.com/know. V as in Victor, IOME.com/know.
Can't get it to come up.
And use coupon code VIOME50 to save $50 off your purchase.
Ever look something up online and then see ads for it everywhere? That's not a coincidence. Startpage is the private search engine that finds what you need without anyone finding out you asked. Try startpage.com. That's startpage.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Midmobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did.
Yeah, this is Department of War. It's in San Antonio, Texas, and I think it's over today.
Trouble sleeping lately? Upgrade to the great sleep you deserve at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Choose from a curated selection of top brands and let their sleep experts help you narrow
Results.
it down. They make sleep easy.
If you love the outdoors, make sure you sign
I
up
wonder
for
when we
the
do these fishing tournaments, like, is there a way to talk to somebody from Game and Fish where they don't, the veterans don't have to have a license that day or something?
I don't know about that. But if they're 100% veterans,
right?
Alrighty, we're back. Mike, thank you so much for coming down on Sunday, much less a holiday for dads. Happy Father's Day, everybody, and same to you. I know you guys have family, and what are you doing? Just hanging out today?
Pretty much, just hanging out with the kids and the wife. We're gonna take Grandpa to a surprise lunch.
Uh-oh.
Well, you probably found out now. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, he'll be surprised. So, Mike, give your contact information out once again for anybody that would like to participate with you as a veteran or jump in as a quasi-partner, sponsor, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, my the website is freedom4heroes.org, and the 4 is spelled out, and my cell phone number is 602-206-6957.
Now, is that information we can post on our social media?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, I'll get that to the proper part. Yeah, okay, I got to get that to Chaz. Okay, I'll get that to Chaz to get posted up on social media. And any contact information you can give out for guys that want what kind of help?
If you're a veteran and you're seeking help, no matter what, if it's VA help, financial help, mental health, you can start by contacting the Arizona Department of Veterans Services benefit counselor. If you are at risk of being homeless and need some quick help, you can reach out to the Valley of the Sun YMCA or US Vets Phoenix, and they can help you with everything from housing, transportation, and even employment services. Don, you can put my phone number out there if you want.
Okay.
You can just contact me and I can point you in the right way.
10-4. What comments do you have, either one of you, for a veteran that's considering hurting himself?
I would just say, you're not alone. You're not the first to feel that way. And last but not least, the world is better with you in it.
Well stated. Who does he call?
411. You can call 411. You can look up on the line the Veteran Crisis Hotline and start there. There's people always ready to answer the phone.
Anything to add?
Yeah, I think to segue off of what he's saying, that it's really important that you understand that you're important, that you are being heard, and we want to help. There's so many people in this community that want to help, so don't let that downward spiral go in the wrong direction. Let's get momentum working for you in the right direction, and let people help you. There's so many organizations out there.
Okay, good. Let's go back over your fishing derby. The guys can contact you. Are you going to have a sign-up sheet on your website?
Yes. Yep. We actually already put it out there. It's on our social media as well. We're on Facebook and Instagram, and we do release all of our events on there. So we encourage people to sign up. Boat captains, again, we're looking for not necessarily monetary donations, although we'll take those, but if people can help with things like fishing rods and gear and lures and shirts and hats, anything that we can give to the veterans as prizes for the event, we'd like to have them walk away with something.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a 2-day event, fishing on Saturday, and then you have a social evening campfire. And
yep, November 6th and 7th. 7th is the actual tournament. We encourage people to come out on the 6th, though, because it is a good time Friday night as well.
But no hot dogs.
No hot dogs. No, you won't see that.
Okay. Yeah, you're killing me. That's okay. Okay, and on your website, where do we go to events?
Yeah, to events. Yeah.
You go down to veterans events and see what pops up. Okay, you got some stuff going on July 24th.
Yeah, it's our mental health retreat.
And what are you doing there?
That is a very intentional and structured event where we are specifically trying to help veterans with their mental health. The whole weekend will be geared towards that. We've got therapists that are attending that. One does work for the VA currently. And then we're going to wrap the weekend up on Sunday with some equine therapy and lunch after that.
Nice. But once again, no hot dogs.
No hot dogs at that one either.
We need to get the Wienermobile out to one.
Right? The Oscar Mayer.
Oh yeah, yeah. We used to do the Bill Look Big Bass days, and we had the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile schedule, but I guess nationally it's a big deal to get the Wienermobile there. They never made it, but we had the 285th out there with Apache attack helicopters. We had Coast Guard commitments to bring a UH-60 over from San Diego. And trust me, there was some finagling to get that bird over here. But then Obama decides to come to Phoenix that same damn day. So they put a no-fly radius, and we were less than 1 mile outside the no-fly radius, and the Admiral canned it. Oh, and I didn't really recognize the term pay grade, so I picked up the phone and called the Admiral. Don't ever do that. Don't ever call the Admiral. You talk about getting your butt handed to you. Oh my gosh.
Is that why you walk funny?
Man, I'm telling you, I don't have much left after that Admiral got done. You know, it pretty much covered the flyby, so to speak.
We need a flyby at our fishing tournament. We should try to figure out how to make that happen. Those guys do fly through those canyons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Cool seeing them.
Well, we've seen the. I'm assuming it was the 285th. RC and I were over in Dripping Springs, and we're going into one of the ranches to do some stuff, and right at treetop level, here they come. They were smoking.
Yeah.
You know, and they had the refueling tubes on the front, so I don't know what those guys were up to, but you know, I'm sure it wasn't quail hunting.
Right.
I know the PJs from Tucson do their annual training up in Salt River Canyon. They do their long line search and rescue, and they fly through there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right. Anyway, thank you guys. We're going to get this thing wrapped up. As always, take your kids fishing, hug your bass boat, and here's the other thing: eat more beef and wear more cotton. Okay. We're out of here. We'll see you next week.
Don McDowell Outdoor Radio has been sponsored by Southwest Ranch.
That, my friends, is a wrap.